Let's imagine storing employee salary as text instead of numbers. So calculations will completely fail, right? That's why understanding SQL data types is extremely important. And once data is stored, how do we filter only the records that we need? That's where the where clause comes in. In day 6 of our 30 days SQL challenge, we will learn what are the SQL data types, different categories of data types, how to filter data using where clause, real-time examples for beginners. Now let's understand the different SQL data types one by one. First is integer. So integer is used to store whole numbers. For example, employee ID, age or quantity. The next one is varchar. So varchar is used to store the text values. For example, employee names, city names or email addresses. The next one is date. Date is used to store date values. For example, joining date or birth date. And finally, boolean. So boolean stores only two values, true or false. For example, whether an employee is active or inactive. So depending on the type of data, SQL uses different data types for proper storage and processing. As we open the new query editor, first we need to connect to the database. So here you can see our database is college. So for that we need to use the query use database. So our database is college, right? Use college and select the query and click on run. Our query got executed. If we refresh the schema, we can see that our college got highlighted. So it means that we are connected to the college database. Now we can write the query to create a new table, that is employees. And here we can use the data types. So the syntax is create table, table name, that is nothing but employees. And inside the brackets, we can provide the column names along with the data types. So our first column is employee ID. As we can see that employee ID are number, so we have to provide the integer. And the next field is employee name. So we can use the varchar. So I am specifically mentioning that character maximum length is 20. So the name of the employee name can be up to 20. And the next column name is employee salary. As we already told, for salaries we can provide the decimal as a data type. And the next field is employee joining date. As we already told that for joining dates we can use the date as a data type. And the last column name is active. We already told that for this we can use the boolean, which is saying true or false. Now select the entire query and click on run. In the log section, we can see that our query got executed successfully. So from the left panel, if we refresh the schema, we can able to see the newly created table got inserted into the college database. Now we can write our insert query to insert the data into newly created employee table. And the syntax is insert into employees values, and inside the brackets we can provide the values for each column, and we can try for inserting 3 records at least. So the first record is for employee ID I am giving 1, and employee name is John, and for employee salary I am giving 50,000, and employee joining date is 2025 1 and 25. Is active is true. For date field and name field we have to provide the values inside the single quotes. And the second record is for employee ID I am giving 2, and for employee name Paul. For employee salary I am giving 65,000, and for employee joining date I am giving some year is 2023 and month is 11 and date is 26, and here I am putting that false for is active field. Like that I am providing the third record. Now let's select the entire query and click on run. And in the log section we can see that our records got inserted into the employees table. And now we can write our select query to fetch the data from the employees table. Further, the syntax is select star from employees. So in the output we can able to see that 3 records. What if a company has 10,000 employees? How do we find only employees with salary greater than 50,000? This makes the where clause feel useful instead of theoretical. Now the question is, find the employees whose salary greater than 50,000. So here we are filtering employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. The where clause checks every row and returns only the matching records. Now select the query and click on run. In the log section, we can see that our query got executed. In the output, we can see that two records got populated based on the where condition. And the second question is, find the employee by ID. In this example, we are searching for a specific employee, ID is 1. The where clause helps us to retrieve only the records that exactly match the condition. And again, select the query and click on run. So in the log section, we can able to see that our query got executed. And based on the applied where condition, the output records got fetched. Now the third question is, find the employees whose salary is greater than 50,000 and employee status is active. So here we are using the AND operator with the where clause. This query returns only employees whose salary is greater than 50,000 and who are currently active. And both conditions must be true to display the records. Now select the entire query and click on run. In the log section, we are able to see that our query got executed, and based on the applied where condition, the output record got fetched. So here we are applying the AND condition. It must satisfy both the conditions. And the fourth question is, find the employees whose salary greater than 50,000 or employee is active. Now we are using OR operator. This query returns employees whose salary is greater than 50,000 or employees who are active. If any one condition is true, the record will be displayed. And now select the entire query and click on run. In the log section, we are able to see that our query got executed. And in the output section, we can able to see that based on the applied where condition, the records got displayed. So here we are mentioning that OR condition. It means that any one of the condition is true, it gives the result. And the final question is, find the inactive employees. So here we are filtering inactive employees. The not equal operator checks for records where the employees is not active. So this query returns all employees whose active status is false. Now select the entire query and click on run. In the log section, we are able to see that our query got executed. Now you understand how SQL stores data using data types and how to filter records using where clause. In the next video, we will learn operators and sorting data in SQL. And that's it for today's session. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow this 30 days SQL challenge series to learn SQL from beginner to advanced step by step. Also share the video with your friends who want to start their tech journey. See you in the next video.